Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, we are doing a little try-on style type of video, and I am going to share with you some of the products that are least used in my collection or products that I just haven't used in a long time. I'm gonna apply these on my face so you'll get to see them in action. I'll talk about why I haven't used them in a while, what my thoughts are on them, and we're gonna show them some love. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Kelly. I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup. I upload new videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, so if you like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the K-Bella fam. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. I was inspired to film this video by Chic Geek. I will have her YouTube channel listed down below. I watched a video of hers today where she was using some of her least used makeup items. Now, I don't know her first name. I am a new subscriber of hers. I found her recently through Alejandra Lisette, so I will have Alejandra listed down below. She filmed a video where she talked about eyeshadow palettes and different YouTubers they reminded her of. So I'll have both of those YouTubers listed down below if you want to go ahead and check them out. But I took a look through my makeup collection. I pulled out some makeup products that I either hadn't used in a while or hadn't used much at all, and I thought that I would share them with you. So the first one being this product right here. It's the Embryolisse, I don't know how you say it, the cream concentrate. It's a makeup primer. I saw, who did I see use this? Allie Glines. I think Allie Glines mentioned this in a video as like a holy grail product for her. It says on the back that this is a moisturizer and makeup primer, and it's for all skin types. I think I ordered mine off of Amazon, and I ordered it several months ago, like possibly even at the end of 2020. I have dry skin. I look for very hydrating makeup primers. Allie said she really loved this one, so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. I had just used up my Laura Mercier hydrating primer, so I purchased this, and I think today may have been the third time that I ever used it. It may very well have been either the third or fourth time that I used this product. I have to say, I'll probably use it up. It's not something that I would repurchase. I do have dry skin and I look for more hydrating primers, but this does have a very thick consistency, and it almost reminds me of like a hand cream. Like a cream that I would put on my hands for extra moisture. So I don't really love it as a makeup primer. Again, I don't know how accurate you want to take my review because I mean, I have only used this a couple times, but it's definitely not something that I find myself reaching for, but more so something that I have to tell myself to use. So we got some use out of it today, but it's probably gonna end up back in my makeup drawer. Okay, I don't know what happened, but my camera decided to stop recording. So the foundation that I originally was going to use in this video is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. I'm in the shade 3.0. This foundation has been discontinued, and Urban Decay came out with their Stay Naked line. I know that this is supposed to be a completely different foundation than the Stay Naked, but for whatever reason, when they came out with the Stay Naked foundation, they got rid of the naked skin, and I really loved this. I had purchased this several times. It is a very lightweight, liquidy foundation, and it's one that I found myself reaching for often. Like I said, I definitely used it multiple times. I purchased this as like the last round before they got rid of it, and when I went to use it today, not only did it come out very like goopy onto my hands, which it is not normally that consistency. It's normally a very liquidy type texture, similar to the Pat McGrath foundation, but it also had a very bad smell. So I did not use this. I have not used this in several months. This is going to have to be decluttered, and it will leave my collection. But the other makeup product or the other foundation that I used in its place is that it is this IT Cosmetics CC Cream. This is in the shade Light, and this is a product where I have purchased twice, used it completely, gotten them out of my collection, and then one of my girlfriends, who is also a YouTuber, sent me the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation to try, and she also sent me one of these because I didn't have it in my collection, and that was back in like January or February, and I had yet to actually use this. So I pulled it out. I used it on my face today. I guess I'm really pale. I guess I am very pale because this is definitely not the shade I should be using. Light is always the shade that I used before, and fair probably would have done me a little bit better. I did have to bring this down onto my neck to make sure that I kind of blended it in and you didn't see a harsh line. Hopefully, when I get outside and get some sun, I do have an interesting little watch tan going on here, because if you're new here, I am a teacher, so we go out to recess. I'm outside for about 15 minutes a day with my kids, and that's where I'm getting this beautiful little tan from. But hopefully when I do get a little bit of a tan, this foundation will work better for me. I really do enjoy it because it has an SPF of 50. This is typically the foundation that I would reach for when we were able to travel, you know, the pre-COVID days. This is what I would reach for. I'm excited to get some use out of it. It does have much more of a medium to full coverage. Again, you do have the added bonus of an SPF 50, and I do find this to have more of a foundation texture than a CC cream. So I do really enjoy it. Busted it out today. I have to say, I wasn't in love with my base. Like when I was applying these two products together, the primer and the foundation, I didn't love the way that it looked. I think that it came together fine, but I guess I've just found other foundations and primers, other combos that I love more. So not in love with the combo, but it's what we have on today. I do not have any concealer or powder or brow products that I haven't used recently, so we skipped over that. And going into face products, we'll do face products. I applied my eyes first, but we'll go into face products and we'll end with the eyes. So I love Charlotte Tilbury. I love her. We are tight. We are really good friends. One of my first experiences with the Charlotte Tilbury products was the Film Star Bronze and Glow in the shade Fair Medium, and my best friend Smags did get this for me as a gift. This is the one that has the bronzer shade and the highlighter shade. I've gotten a ton of use out of this, but I've found that as my makeup collection has grown, this has been a product that I keep telling myself, Kelly, you need to pull it out and use it. You need to pull it out and use it. You need to pull it out and use it. And I just haven't. I just forget about it. It's tucked away in a drawer, and that's where it's been sitting. So I pulled it out today. I used the bronzer. I did not use the highlighter. Now, the bronzer is a beautiful shade. It's the perfect shade for my skin tone. I am very light complected. I would say more of like a light fair. I'm definitely not in the fairest of the fair. I'm not in the lightest category, but I'm probably in, you know, if you think about different shades, there's like certain shades of fair, certain shades of light, certain shades of medium. I'm probably toward the bottom of the light category. So this bronzer shade just gives me a nice sculpted bronzed look. I don't use it as a contour. I find that it has a very neutral base, and that's why I like the way that it makes my skin look. You won't see me applying the highlighter. I do enjoy the highlighter, but the highlighter is very subtle. I enjoy much more of a bam, in your face kind of highlight, more like the Ofra Cosmetics highlighters where you put it on and you are very glowy. That's what I look for. I find this highlighter to be very subtle. I do really enjoy this product. I'm glad that I pulled it out today. I do need to pull it out and use it more. This is one where honestly, I love it. I think the quality is great. You can now get this in a smaller size. I want to say that this is like $60, and then they have a mini that's $30. I would recommend probably getting the mini. I love a good mini, but the product is going to last you a while unless you're my best friend Smags. She used it completely, and she has a ton of makeup, but she did use it up completely. But I do really enjoy this product. I do think it's a good one, and I'm glad that I was able to reach into it today. Then I pulled out a blush. A blush that I don't know why I don't get more use out of it. I purchased it, I was very excited about it, and I just don't ever find myself reaching for it. It is the Jouer Blush Duo in Adore Me and Hold Me. Now I typically use these in combination with each other, meaning that like I dip back and forth between each shade and put it on my cheeks. It does appear that they both have a satin finish. There's no chunks of glitter. You aren't going to look highlighted, but it's not a flat matte. It gives you more of a satin finish. You have a deeper shade and a lighter shade. So I applied it today and I'm like, why do I not use this more? why do I not use this more? Seeing that I have dry skin, I love when a blush has a satin finish because you don't have chunks of glitter. You can still go in with a highlight without it being too much, but it just helps your skin to look nice and healthy and glowy and all of the things that those of us with dry skin want our skin to look like. So I was very impressed with this blush. I do have a rather large blush collection, so that could be another reason why I haven't reached into this guy lately. But again, same as the Charlotte Tilbury, I do really enjoy these products and I need to reach for them more. I do have a basket that sits on my vanity, and typically I throw new makeup products in there or products that I just feel like I need to give more love and attention to. So I think I'm going to take these two products, drop them in there, and I have used some of the products that have been in there for a couple weeks. So I think we need to do a little move around because I do really enjoy those. Now, the highlighter that I pulled out today, the reason why I didn't go in with the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter is because I wanted to show some love to the OG Becca Cosmetics highlighter in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill in Champagne Pop, which became a permanent staple of theirs. We all know by this point in time that we only have a few more months of Becca Cosmetics. They will be closing their doors in September. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I pull out the only highlighter that I ever hit pan in? Yes, I hit pan in my Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop because it was the only highlighter in my collection for such a long time, and I loved it. It was a holy grail favorite. As you can see, I've gotten tons of use out of it, but as I applied it today, I now realized I understand why it sits back in a drawer and doesn't get used. I love highlighters. I have a ton of highlighters. I have to say Ofra Cosmetics makes some of my favorite highlighters, but this color in Champagne Pop, while I can get away with it and it gives me a nice glow, it is much more my skin tone and I like a brighter pop, so I like a lighter highlight. I do still find that I'm reaching for more champagne highlights. I'm looking for highlights that are more of like the gold undertone as opposed to pink or peach, and this does have a champagne gold undertone, but I like it to be a little bit lighter. I like more of a pop. So this is something where I will definitely keep it. It's probably past its prime. This is the original from whenever she came out with it, so I probably shouldn't be wearing it on my skin because it's gotta be 6 or 7 years old at this point, but I put it on today. I like it. I'm going to keep it. It will definitely be a piece where, you know, I don't think I'm going to be reaching into it. I think it will be something that just stays in my drawer, but especially since I hit pan on it, Becca is closing. It has, you know, all of these things surrounding this highlighter where it was such a holy grail for so long. So I'm going to keep it in my collection, but you probably won't see it too often here on my channel. Before we close out with lips, let's talk about eyes. I reached into my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly for my eyes today. I have a love-hate relationship with the MAC Paint Pots, meaning I want to love them. I like that they are more of a thicker consistency. I like that they cancel out any like veining or color discoloration that I have on my eyes. But because it is more of a thicker texture, it tends to make the eczema on my eyelids stand out more or even enhance them. And I've had this product for a while and I can see that there are some bumps and ridges and it looks like it's drying out on these sides. So I don't know why I said the drying out on the sides. I feel like I said that weird. But I think that this guy has to go in the trash. I don't find myself reaching for it. Like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with the paint pots. I want to love them. I do think that they are good quality, but my eyes just don't love them. So I've had this for a while. I haven't used it. It doesn't say how long you're supposed to keep this for, but I would imagine not as long as I've had it for. So that is going to go with my Urban Decay in the Declutter pile, but I did use it today. And then I went in with an eyeshadow palette that I have not reached for in years. I can't even tell you I can't even tell you the last time that I used this eyeshadow palette, but it was definitely before my daughter was born and she just celebrated her 2nd birthday. It is the Friendcation palette by Dose of Colors in collaboration with Desi and Katy. I am a huge fan of both Desi and Katy. I have loved them for the longest time, well before I created my YouTube channel, and I was super excited that they were collaborating with Dose of Colors, that they were doing it together. They came out with the Friendcation palette. Initially, I thought, ooh, I'm not gonna get this palette because their first collab with Dose of Colors, I did get that one as well, and that was the little quad where they had all shimmers, and I didn't love the quality. But then I heard such good things about this eyeshadow palette, so I went and picked it up, and while I do like it, I think the mattes perform great. The mattes are probably my favorite over the shimmer shades. They blend out nicely, they have very good pigmentation, but I'm not a huge fan of the shimmers. I get a ton of fallout. I find that the shade that's Just a Kiss is much more of a glitter topper. I'm not huge into the glitter toppers, and I just wouldn't reach for these deeper shades very often. So I find myself not reaching for this palette. Today I went in and let me see if I can get these names right. I'm guessing that the lightest shade is Basic, and I went in with that first to set my eyeshadow primer. Then I dipped into Necessary, and I used that to blend my shadow into the crease. I followed that up with the, let's see, it has to be Churro, the deeper brown shade, and I used that in the crease. I really enjoyed the rougher brush that I used to blend that out into the crease. Again, the mattes blended smoothly, everything just went on nice and pigmented. Then I took the shade in Dirty Money, which is a fun like green gold shade. I popped that onto the lid. I did get a little bit of fallout. I didn't like the texture on my skin, but you do have nice pigmentation. It is a fun shade. Then I went back in with Necessary on the lower lash line, and I took Just a Kiss and popped it on my inner corner, and that is the look that you see here. I feel like the look came out fine. I just don't reach for this palette. I don't love it. It's one that I am going to keep. It will stay in my collection. I'm not going to declutter it just because I do love Desi and Katy, and this was a fun collab with them. I think the packaging is very nice, but this will probably be an eyeshadow palette that just, you know, it sits on my bookshelf back here and is just more of a keepsake, a collector piece. So those are my thoughts on that. I'm happy that I have it in my collection, but there's a reason why I don't use it very often. Now, I did not have a lip liner that doesn't get used in my collection, so I just pulled out my Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner. It's a newer lip liner in my collection. I went in with that first, and a lipstick that does not get a ton of love from me, but it should because it's a very pretty color, is another Charlotte Tilbury product. It is the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Kim KW. Now, this lipstick is very, very light. It can give you concealer lips, so I definitely recommend going in with a deeper nude lip liner and even just patting this. I did swipe today, but even if you just pat this in the center of your lip, or if you have a deeper lipstick, going in with that first and then patting this on top, it gives you a nice pinky nude shade. I did get a ton of compliments when I wore this in one of my recent videos, I mean from a couple months ago, but recent since I came back to YouTube. I got a ton of compliments on this. I don't know why I don't find myself reaching for this very often. One, I tend to reach for liquid lipsticks over bullet lipsticks, but I do feel like this, you have to be careful with it because it is so light that sometimes if I swipe it, I don't like the look that it gives. So I do have to be careful with it, and on a day-to-day basis, I don't really have time to be careful with my lipstick, so maybe that's why I don't reach for it, but I do like the color. I do like having that in my collection. And then I went in and topped it with my Buxom lip gloss in White Russian, and I pulled this one out because it's the oldest gloss in my collection, so I thought that I would show it some love. I'm not a gloss girl. Like I said, I like liquid lipsticks. I like my lipstick to be matte. I don't want it to rub off on my mask, but I did go in with this lip gloss. I do enjoy it. If you don't like the cooling, like menthol effect on your lips, you will not like this, but I do not find that this is painful like the Too Faced lip injections. Those are painful. I don't like those. I don't get that with the Buxom. I just get like a cooling sensation. And I find it to be quite enjoyable. So I do like this lip gloss, but I thought that this would be nice to pair with Kim KW to get this pinky nude lip right here. But that is going to do it for this video. Those are some of the least used products in my makeup collection. And as you can see, some of them are on their way out. They're going to get tossed because they are so old. Some of them will be tucked away in a drawer for keepsake purposes, not really to be used very often. And then it was a nice reminder that I need to pull some of these out even more and continue to use them because I do really enjoy these products. But I would love to know in the comments down below, what are some of your least used makeup products or even makeup that you forgot about? Maybe you forgot you had it, maybe it's tucked away in a drawer and it's something you really love, but we constantly have new. Every time we turn around, something new is being released. So sometimes these old favorites can get tucked away. But if you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would love to have you subscribe before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.